The morning mist hung low over Loch Ness, a veil of mystery draping the waters that had captivated the imaginations of countless generations. For centuries, the loch had whispered tales of a creature lurking beneath its surface, a creature that had become a legend, the Loch Ness Monster. It was a crisp autumn day when Sarah, an intrepid journalist with a penchant for the supernatural, arrived in the small village of Drumnadrochit, determined to chase the elusive spectre of Nessie. Sarah had always been fascinated by the supernatural. As a child, she would curl up with her grandmother's worn-out books, filled with stories of mythical beasts and unexplained phenomena. The Loch Ness Monster was the crown jewel of her childhood curiosities. Now, as an adult, she was determined to uncover the truth behind the legend that had captured the hearts of so many. Armed with her notebook, a camera, and an insatiable curiosity, she set off to explore the loch and its surroundings. The village was quaint, with stone cottages adorned with ivy and a small harbour where boats bobbed gently on the water. Sarah stopped at a local cafe, where the aroma of freshly baked scones filled the air. She struck up a conversation with the barista, an elderly woman named Agnes, who had lived in Drumnadrochit her entire life. Agnes's eyes sparkled with mischief as she recounted her own encounters with the legend. "Oh, I've seen her!" Agnes exclaimed, leaning in conspiratorially. "Just last summer, I was out on my boat, enjoying the peace and quiet, when I spotted something large and dark gliding through the water. My heart raced. But then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished. Most people think it's just a log or a trick of the light, but I know what I saw." Sarah listened intently, her heart pounding with excitement. She could feel the thrill of the chase coursing through her veins. After finishing her tea, she thanked Agnes and headed toward the shores of the loch, eager to begin her own investigation. The water was a deep, mesmerizing blue, and the surrounding hills loomed like ancient guardians. She set up her camera on a tripod, hoping to capture any sign of the creature. Hours passed as Sarah scanned the water, her gaze unwavering. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a golden hue over the loch. Just when she began to feel the weight of disappointment, a ripple disturbed the surface, drawing her attention. She focused her camera, heart racing, but it was just a flock of ducks taking flight. She let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. Determined not to give up, Sarah decided to explore the nearby Urquhart Castle, a historic ruin that overlooked the loch. The castle had its own tales of hauntings and legends, and Sarah felt that it would provide her with a deeper understanding of the area's folklore. As she wandered through the crumbling stone walls, she imagined the lives of those who had once inhabited the fortress. She could almost hear the echoes of laughter and the clash of swords in the distance. Among the ruins, she stumbled upon a small group of tourists, gathered around a guide who was passionately recounting the history of the castle and its connection to Nessie. Sarah listened, captivated. The guide spoke of the first recorded sighting in the 6th century, of St. Columba encountering a creature in the loch, and how the legend had evolved over the centuries. Each story added another layer to the enigma that was Nessie. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in vibrant shades of orange and pink, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. She returned to the shore, determined to capture the magic of the loch at twilight. With her camera poised, she waited, her heart racing with anticipation. The water shimmered like glass, and the tranquility of the moment enveloped her. Suddenly a loud splash broke the silence, sending ripples across the surface. Sarah's heart leapt as she swung her camera toward the sound. There it was, a dark shape emerging from the depths. She pressed the shutter, capturing the moment, her breath hitching in her throat. The shape was large, undulating, and for a heartbeat, she was certain it was Nessie. But just as quickly as it had appeared, it disappeared beneath the waves, leaving only a lingering sense of awe. The excitement surged through her as she reviewed the photos, but her heart sank when she saw nothing but the ripples of water in the frame. Had she imagined it? Was her mind playing tricks on her? Frustration bubbled within her, but she knew she had to press on. The legend was worth chasing, regardless of the outcome. That night, Sarah returned to a cozy bed and breakfast, her mind racing with thoughts of the day's events. She lay awake, Staring at the ceiling, the image of the dark shape haunting her, she needed to dig deeper to uncover more stories from the locals who had witnessed something extraordinary. The next day, she set out to interview fishermen and locals, each with their own tale of the creature. One fisherman, a burly man named Angus, spoke of a time when he had been out on the loch at dawn. "I swear on my mother's grave, I saw a long neck rise from the water, just like the pictures," he insisted, his voice thick with conviction. "It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I've fished these waters my whole life, and I know what's out there. But this was different." Sarah felt the weight of his words, the sincerity in his eyes. The stories began to weave a tapestry of belief and wonder, each thread connecting her deeper to the lore of the loch. She visited the Loch Ness Centre and exhibition, poring over old photographs and newspaper clippings, each one a testament to the enduring fascination with the monster. Days turned into weeks as Sarah immersed herself in the culture and history of Loch Ness. She learned of the scientific expeditions that had sought to uncover the truth, the sonar scans that had produced mysterious readings, and the countless hoaxes that had muddied the waters of credibility. Yet, amidst the skepticism, there remained a glimmer of hope, a yearning for the unknown. As she continued her quest, Sarah became friends with a group of local enthusiasts who shared her passion for the legend. They organized night vigils by the loch, armed with binoculars and cameras, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive creature. Laughter and camaraderie filled the air, and for the first time, Sarah felt a sense of belonging in this small community. One fateful night, under a canopy of stars, they gathered by the water's edge. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation. As they shared stories and sipped hot cocoa, Sarah felt a connection to the legends that transcended time. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed through the night, reverberating in the stillness. The group fell silent, eyes fixed on the loch. Then, without warning, a massive shape broke the surface, sending waves crashing against the shore. Sarah's heart raced as she grabbed her camera, fingers trembling. The creature, long and serpentine, glided effortlessly through the water. It was unlike anything she had ever seen. She snapped photo after photo, capturing the moment that felt like a culmination of her journey. As the creature disappeared into the depths, the group erupted in cheers and disbelief. They had finally witnessed the legend, and Sarah's heart swelled with pride. She had chased the Loch Ness Monster, and in that moment she felt she had become part of its story. Returning to her bed and breakfast that night, Sarah reflected on her adventure. The Loch Ness Monster was more than just a creature. It was a symbol of hope, a reminder that some mysteries were meant to be chased. As she drifted off to sleep, she knew that the legend of Nessie would continue to inspire generations to come, a testament to the power of belief and the thrill of the unknown. In the heart of the Scottish Highlands, the loch remained a sanctuary of secrets, where dreams and reality intertwined, and the legend of the Loch Ness Monster lived on.